before I start this video, I would like to address the post that some of you may have seen on my social media sites a few days ago. It's regarding the initiative I took to help the people during this quarantine, those people who are struggling, who have problems or inner troubles that they would like to talk to someone about. It's a post about me sharing my Curious Cat account in hopes of getting questions from people anonymously. As a lot of you know, mental health is really important at this time, and even though a lot of places in the Philippines are already in modified general quarantine this June, there are still people out there who are having troubles. Their mental health is still compromised. So after waiting for a few days before making this video, I checked my Curious Cat account and found out that no one really took my offer. I actually felt a bit sad because there are people out there who are struggling to talk to someone, and I wanted to be there for them. So it may be because they don't really know me that well, or I give off a intimidating vibe, or maybe they don't trust me that well, and it's fine because I'm not a professional, and I just wanted to help people in whatever way I can as a friend. But the emotion that I really felt was actually happiness, because I feel like the people who saw my post, or the people I know who have seen my post, they're actually doing fine. Maybe they are coping well with the situation. That's why they didn't need my help. I'm actually looking at the brighter side, or the positive side of what happened. So it didn't really bother me that no one asked in my Curious Cat account. It's actually something that I just want to do. I have no regrets. I just want to be there for people, even if they don't ask my help. I would just like to offer whatever I can. I also would like to thank my friends who supported me in that initiative. They shared my post about it, and please do know that your effort did not go to waste. But even though no one took my offer, I would just like everyone to know that it doesn't matter who you are, who you've been, what you've been through. I'm just gonna be here as a friend. You can still go and check out my Curious Cat account and talk to me there, or send me a message in Twitter or Facebook, because even if I don't know you that well, or I do know you well, I will still be here. I will be willing to listen to you. I will be helping you in whatever way I can, and I'm glad that maybe there are people out there who are willing to listen to you. That's why you didn't need my help. So that's it about the Curious Cat account post. So let me start my story. I would like to give a disclaimer that I am not really that good in front of the camera. That's why I'm actually a bit awkward, and I'm not really sure if I'm able to give the full details of my story, but I really hope I could as much as I can. So I'm just gonna share whatever I can say right now, because I'm actually a bit nervous about it, because I don't know what the responses will be. So please bear with me.
As some of you may know, 2017, 4 years ago, was the year that was really devastating for me. It started off really well because March 2017 was my debut. It was the year when I turned 18, and during my birthday, everyone was there. My loved ones were complete. I'm not really that complete, but those who really mattered to me a lot, they were all there. And it was really a very happy moment. But then 2 months later, May 2017, my best friend passed away. And in November 2017, my father passed away. So that year was really, really hard for me. It was like the worst year of my life. I didn't even know how I coped with everything that had happened. But during that year, 2017, I was slowly questioning my faith, my previous faith. I asked my God why I was experiencing those things. And during my 12th grade, I actually became, my classmates know about this because I didn't join religious gatherings at that time. I didn't participate in any of the activities that my previous faith offered. So after those events, I was an agnostic for a while, an agnostic atheist to be specific. I didn't believe in anything. I just felt like there's no purpose for it. Like my mindset at that time was that right now I don't feel the presence of any higher being. So I didn't believe that he was there. I just my gosh, I'm so sorry. Being an agnostic atheist, my mindset at that time was that there was no higher being, because if there was, I should be seeing an evidence right here in front of me. I needed some sort of proof that he's really there, because that year really showed me, or really made me feel that there was no God, and there's no reason to believe in something that we do not see. That was my mindset at that time. But as an agnostic, I told myself that if I see the evidence that I needed, maybe there is really God. That was what I was thinking at that time. So for a year, I was struggling emotionally, but in the end, I actually graduated senior high school. I was fine, but I never really cared about my grades or anything like that, because I just didn't care anymore. I just went on my life and just waited for what life brings me. If there's something good, I thank the universe. If there's something bad, I'm used to it. That's what my life was before I joined the church. My first year in college, I was still an agnostic atheist when I entered the gates of Siliman. There were religious gatherings in my first few months there, but I didn't really, I didn't really internalize everything, because as what I said kanina, it didn't really give me anything. It didn't really make me feel any sort of, purpose. So a few months later, when I met my boyfriend, si Von, I didn't know that he was actually a member of the church until I got to know him. So I asked him about it, and I told him that I was agnostic atheist. And I was actually really scared at that time, because I remember when I was younger, nung bata pa ako, may mga missionaries na pumupunta dito sa subdivision namin, and my family just turned them away because iba yung faith namin. Pero nung nakilala ko si Von, sinabi ko sa kanya na hindi ako naniniwala na may kapal. I thought that he would force me, he would really convince me to join the church, but he didn't. I told him, is it okay na hindi ako naniniwala? And he told me na it's my own disposition na. It's my own free will. If I really wanted to seek for Heavenly Father. And the story still makes me cry, because because I didn't know that a person who really believes so much in a higher being is willing to stay with someone who doesn't believe in anything like that. I didn't know that there's someone who's still willing to accept me aside from my family, because actually my family was really sad when they knew I didn't believe in anything anymore. But he was there. He just waited for me to see I was really happy that he was there. He didn't leave me despite knowing that, and he just told me that at that time when I didn't really believe, he just told me, I'll pray for you. And to me, even if I didn't believe that anything, even if I didn't believe in anything, it was a grand gesture na for me, because you guys know how heartwarming it is to know that there is a person who prays for you, who prays for your health, for your well-being, it's just it just really made me happy at that time. So a few months after we became together, he offered to bring me to the church, and I was actually hesitant at first because first I was thinking that would this make any difference? May may pababago ba if sasama ako? Second is, papayag ba yung family ko? And third is, I was scared na baka ma-disappoint ko siya dahil hindi ko naman nagustuhan yung experience or parang ganyan. But then I realized that he just offered that to me because he just wants me to know what it's really like. And it wasn't something na parang forced ba. It wasn't something na parang tactic para mapasali ako sa church, ganun. Because a lot of people actually say some negative things about the church, and that's actually another reason why I was hesitant at first, because rumors like that spread. And yes, so in the end I was able to join, I was able to go to the church, and at that time it was a great timing because it was a stake conference in Dumaguete. That was the first time I actually entered the church, and it was I didn't really expect anything at first, pero nung pumasok ako dun sa church, parang may kakaiba akong parang na-feel, and it was something I never felt in my previous belief. It is not my intention to say bad things about my previous faith or something. I just feel like you should choose a religion where you feel more closer to your God, which is why I still respect my previous faith. But yeah, going back, so I joined the stake conference. I listened to those who gave their testimonies, and after that, he was just visiting in Dumaguete because he's not living there. He's from Dapitan nga. And after that, I didn't really go to the church in the next Sundays because I was still scared. I didn't know anyone in the church, so I still went to church in my previous faith. The next Sundays, I just went to church to my previous faith, and that made me realize at that time that a year ago I didn't go to church. I didn't try to give effort to seek or know if he's there, because when I was agnostic atheist, I just slept my Sundays. I just woke up at noon, and my family has already gone to church. So I actually felt there's something I don't understand. There's something I don't understand because I was motivated to wake up early to go to church after going to the stake conference, even if it wasn't in the LDS Church. So after that, I continued to go to church every Sunday in my previous faith, and whenever Von visits me in Dumaguete, I join him to join the sacrament meetings in the church. And it felt really nice for me. One day he told me that his best friend Nivea, hi Biang, she came back to Dumaguete from Manila. Sinabi ni Von sa akin na uy, pwede ka nang pumunta sa church kasi may makakasama ka na. Kahit wala ako, hindi ako nakaka-visit dito. Hindi ka na magiging alone doon kasi mabilis din kaming naging close, parang matagal na din kaming nagkakilala. So magkasama na kaming pumupunta sa church ng Sundays. And at that time, I was really it really made me feel good that I was going to the LDS Church. So in December 2018, I met two missionaries in the Dumaguete Stake Ward 2. Hi Elders Perry and Elder Jackman. I hope na okay kamo diha, nanguli naman mo sa inyo. So, they told me that they wanna talk to me about the gospel. And I really felt uneasy at first because it was a first time for me. In my previous faith kasi, I never really learned that much about the gospel aside from the practices of the church. So, it was kind of new to me because para siyang sa akin, it was going out of my comfort zone. Pero that was December. I was already going home that time. So they told me they're going to meet me sa pagka January. When they started teaching me about the gospel, they gave me the booklet of ang pagpahiuli or the restoration of the gospel, and it has a picture of Jesus Christ in the front. And then after the first meeting with the elders, I asked myself to God. I prayed to Him before I read the booklet. I asked Him, Heavenly Father, is this really for me? Should I continue to pursue this path? Is this really the truth? Is this really will this really help me to find out who you really are? So I closed my eyes, I prayed, and when I opened my eyes, I just saw the picture of Him in the booklet. I just look at the picture and I don't know, it's really something, there's something I felt inside of me. It's as if He said to me that, yes, this is the right path. This is the right path, and this path will definitely give you the fulfillment and the purpose that you're looking for in your life. So, I continued to listen to the two elders preaching to me once a week. So the whole January, I was just taught by Elder Sperry and Elder Jackman about the gospel. And then during that 1 month, I can really say that a lot of things had happened to me. Not because of what they taught me, but because of my own journey. So it was really a fulfilling month for me because it was the month that a lot of good things really happened in my life. At that time, I really prayed to God. I told Him, I asked Him if He's really there, if He's real, then maybe I could get some sort of sign or any sort of if He could give me purpose for what I'm doing, why I'm listening to the missionaries, why I was where I am at that time. I didn't get direct answers at first, but as the days went on, my days were really boring actually in school because every day is just going by, being taught by teachers, going to class, but it really felt different for me. It was a feeling that was different compared to what I felt in 2017. That January that I was being taught, I became more drawn to the church because I was waking up a lot lighter. I don't know how that happened, but I realized there's something good that's coming out of what I'm choosing to do right now. I woke up even more excited to go to school. I did well in my subjects. And every night I talked to God. Every night I prayed. Every night I read a few verses of the Book of Mormon, and it really somehow changed something in me. And I really can't explain it all in this video because it was a different experience for me that I never experienced in my life. all I can say is that in that January that I was still being taught, I was changed. I was slowly becoming a better person. I was different from who I was slowly. Because it's really a process, and I know that He's real. As I was reading the Book of Mormon, I realized that it is really similar to the Bible that I used to explore and read before. However, the Bible has now a clearer version. It was a version that I can really relate to, and I can apply to the situation I was in at that time. I was becoming more excited about all the teachings. I was becoming more excited to listen to what the elders were were wanting to teach me, and it was really not that huge experience or something life-changing really, but it was something that I know to myself is really, I can't really describe it, but it's something that's really unbelievable for me that happened to me. So one day, the elders talked to me if I wanna be baptized, and I said yes. After I said yes, we decided on a date when I would be baptized, and it was the February 29. But then they told me it was really up to me if I would pursue it, or if I'm not yet ready to be baptized on that date. So I asked God, I prayed to Him, ito ba talaga yung tamang panahon para sumali ako sa simbahan? Tinanong ko sa sarili ko, enough na ba yung nalalaman ko so far? Inisip ko, baka hindi pa ako worthy sumali ng church, kasi hindi pa ganun kalaki ang nalalaman ko about sa church. And I was thinking na, if you were baptized, dapat siguro mas marami ka nang alam. But I was just being taught for a month, and I was just going to the church few months before that. And I asked God about it, and I got a revelation from Heavenly Father that He sort of said to me, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't even matter if you were sinful before. He just simply said to me to come to me. Join the church that I have established, the church that will restore the gospel. And He told me that He loves me. He's willing to He is there. He is willing to accept me. He told me that my sins and my past do not define me. So I agreed to the date. On February 29th, I was baptized in the church. Von was there, Nivea was there, members of the church were there. It was a simple ceremony, but it was one of the best ones. It was even better than my debut. Because I finally came home after a while of being strayed away. I found the truth that I've been seeking for, and I'm still continuing to seek for the truth even now. After my baptism and confirmation, I already went to church. I was comfortable. Even before I was baptized, that January, I was going to church even I was alone. I just became comfortable with it because I feel like it's where I belong. A lot of people may not able to understand how it feels for me as a person who grew up in a community with no church members at all. Then last March, I went home early here in CDO because of the coronavirus, the pandemic. So I never really explored so much of the church yet. I have so much to learn, but I know I have all the time in the world now because I'm finally where I'm supposed to be. So, to answer the question of why I joined the church, first is through my continuous seeking and finding out the truth for myself and asking God in prayer. I know that this is the true church, the church that He established. Second is that the Book of Mormon and the Bible supplement each other. They are both scriptures and they are the words of God. Third, I know that we have a living prophet here on earth, and it is President Russell M. Nelson. And I believe that Joseph Smith is the prophet of God. All of these are the things that I have learned so far in the church. And not only in the church, it's also my own discovery while reading, while understanding, while listening to the testimonies of the people. They are the proof that I have been finding for the past years. The people who truly believe in Jesus Christ, who knows that He is real, that Heavenly Father is real. They are the proof that I have been looking for. I didn't need a thing that should be given to me. Those people who believe in Him, the people in the church that I have met, they are God's proof to me, the evidence that He is real. The church members are really good, are really welcoming to me, and I am really happy that they have accepted me wholeheartedly, and they never made me feel alone in the church. And well, I was even in Dumaguete, I never felt alone when I go to the church because they were really friendly. And being a shy person, I was a bit challenged to open up my shell because but it's all worth it. So ngayon, may mga taong nagtatanong sa akin actually. Before, may nagtatanong sa akin, diba agnostic atheist ka before? Parang nagbago lang naman yung pananaw ko daw. Nagkaroon lang daw ako ulit ng faith dahil daw I bagged a Christian boyfriend. And I talked to that person kasi sa Curious Cat yun. I didn't have to explain myself to that person, but I felt like I still need to clarify things. So I told him na hindi ako pinilit ni Von. Hindi niya ako sinabihan ng mga salitang parang na-pressure ako. No. He was just there. He was just there watching me, being by my side. He never asked me to do anything. It was my choice. It was purely my choice. And I have never been happier with my choice. Right now, kahit walang masyadong ganap sa buhay ko, masaya ako. Masaya ako araw-araw dahil alam ko nandyan si Heavenly Father. And then I still fail. I still fail a lot of times. Kahit ka ngayon, I'm still working hard to be able to keep up reading the scriptures because I'm actually very occupied with other things. Pero hindi ko talaga siya nakakalimutan. And during Sundays, I study the scriptures, and it's really a wonderful feeling for me kasi before, in my previous faith, I never really felt that close to my father. Although my previous faith also taught me a lot of good things, that's why I grew up to be a person who has values. When I became an LDS member, it was one of the most fulfilling parang yun talaga yung nag-complete sa akin as a person. So, being a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I would like to say that He is real. We just have to seek for Him. And we should continue to find out the truth in our own way. And then, kapag may mga missionaries na lumalapit sa inyo, I encourage you all to listen to them. Hindi kanila pipilitin na sumali sa church, hindi kanila pipilitin ng kahit ano. Gusto lang nilang makinig kayo sa kanila dahil nasa puso rin nila kasi na gusto lang nilang i-share ang gospel. They don't have any other intentions. They just want you guys to know. These missionaries only want to remind you that hindi tayo nakakalimutan ni Heavenly Father. I don't know if I really clarified the important parts sa video na to. But there is still a long way for me. There's a long way to go. I have so much to learn pa talaga about the church. I really hope na I've inspired some of you who are watching this not to join the church but to know yourself and to find it in your heart to seek for Heavenly Father in whatever way you can. If you have any questions about the church or about my video, you can just ask me directly through private message or DMs or in my Curious Cat because I will be willing to answer. Also, this way dito ko inilagay yung regarding sa post ko about sa Curious Cat ko na initiative ko. It's because being a member of the church also made me realize how important it is to put others first. That we in this world, it is our responsibility to be of service to others. We are here in this world para tumulong sa ibang tao. Hindi tayo nabubuhay para sa sarili natin. So, that's why I did that initiative kasi para sa akin, it's my own way para makakontribute ako sa society. Even if no one really accepted the offer, the thought is there, and I just want people to know that I'm here. It's really nakakasaya, nakakabigay talaga ng saya maging member ng church kasi nakikita mo talaga sobrang bait ng mga tao. As in, sobrang bait. Hindi sila nagja-judge. Hindi ko talagang ma-explain. They are different people that we want to have in our lives. Ganun sila. Kaya hindi niyo ako masisisi. You can't blame me why I am where I am right now. And I believe na by joining the church, I also became more mature. Naging mas mature na ako kaysa dati. Although I still have a lot of things to change about myself, negative things, because alam ko sa sarili ko, I have a lot to improve pa sa aking sarili. Also, the church also taught me na it is always our duty also to improve ourselves every day. Kahit little steps lang. Natutunan ko sa church na self-improvement is really important dahil hindi lang ikaw nakaka-benefit, pati rin yung mga taong nasa paligid mo. Natutulungan mo sila kapag ikaw ay nag-i-improve din as a person. Marami pa akong gustong gawin sa buhay ko. And I also promised myself na sa lahat ng gagawin ko sa future, I would make sure na it's really for the benefit of everyone. Nakaka-benefit ako, pero mas nakaka-benefit yung iba. Kahit hindi yun madali, dahil tayong lahat naman may tendencies na uunahin talaga yung sarili natin. Every chance is an opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. So, yes. Hindi ko po talaga intention na mag-leave ng negative image or whatever sa previous faith ko. I still respect the faith very much. And the people I know who are members of my previous faith, most people I know in my life, they are really good people, and I really am thankful to have them in my life. Before I end this video, I would like to thank my family for supporting me sa aking pag-convert ng religion. Kasi they were really strict. They are really religious people sa previous faith ko. They have this principle kasi na kung saan ka pinanganak na church, dun ka dapat, hindi ka dapat aalis. But then, I explained myself to them and I'm really glad na they accepted my explanation. And kasi nakita nila talaga na sincere ako. Actually, nakakatuwa nga kasi kaming tatlo ng mga kapatid ko, iba't iba na kami ng religion, pero nagsishare na lang kami ng anong mga natutunan namin.
So, yeah. I hope na this clarifies things for those who are asking about me and my faith. And for those who are just curious kasi inopen nyo tong video na to. So, yes. I hope you had fun listening to this. And kahit hindi ko alam, baka boring ako. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm still really awkward in front of the camera. So, yeah. See you po sa next video ko. And I hope na you continue to watch our videos here in our channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell para mas magiging updated kayo sa mga upcoming videos namin. So, yeah. That's it for now. Bye, guys!